What is up, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of Your 5D Journey. My name is Lucas, and I'm here to help you and all your friends and all your family and myself along the way keep upgrading. You know, I call it the fifth dimensional plane because I believe in a number of dimensions that we exist in our consciousness. I have an entire video on it on my channel, Our 6D Journey. If you go to episode 1 from this channel, I have it linked in the description. This is the message coming in really strong today. It's come in for several of my clients. And as I keep looking at the message and I keep seeing the visualization I got, it's like, it's beautiful and it's about living in faith. And that really, honestly, should probably be the number one thing to take care of in the whole world is no matter what you do, if you don't take care of your body, if you don't go out and nourish yourself with good friendships and everything else, no matter what, have faith. And I'm going to tell you my story. Okay, so I'm going to tell it as if it's a real story. There was a man. The man's name was Adam. Adam was playing a game. We'll call it God's life plan. And Adam was at step 1. The very first place he could go on the board was step 1. And as Adam's on step 1, he gathers all these seeds. And Adam starts putting down seeds here. He's growing some trees and growing some bushes and growing all of this sustenance. He's building a home for himself. He's doing all this stuff on step 1. Now, Adam can see the beginning of the board. Adam can see the next 2 spots. Nothing past 2. The land is too big for that. And Adam is working on 1. Some things are getting a little bit hard. He's having a hard time getting like all the things he needs. He's running out of energy. His creative flow and passion is dwindling. Something happens. We'll call it a hurt. We'll call it strong winds. Strong winds come and move Adam over to spot 3. Spot 3 is empty. There's nothing there. Adam has very little supplies with him, no seeds left. He's totally empty in step 3. He can see step 1. He can see the house that he built, and he can see the trees that are now growing. They're not at fruition yet. There's no apples yet, but they're growing. On top of that, he sees someone else walk in. They walk into step 1. They have more supplies than him. They actually have a team. There's 3 people. And Adam can't get back. After the wind came, there was a rock slide. And Adam can no longer get back to his land. He can only see it, but he's been roadblocked to it. He begins to cry. Weep. He can no longer get back to what it is he put energy into. He's lost it. And through this whole process, he's at a really safe place. He sees a road off to a different path. He can see on the board spots 4 and 5, but he can't see spot 6 and spot 7. There's not a lot going on in 4 and 5, and they look kind of open like it was over here. There's some post-traumatic stress. That's an open area. Another windstorm could come. I could be carried off. That's not safe for me. I'm going to stay here. This is my comfort zone. I'm just going to hold out here and see what happens. Few years go by. Adam passes away and dies. Doesn't have enough sustenance. No people ever show up. A few people came through occasionally, but they kept on walking. And when he gets up to heaven, he goes, God, I don't understand what happened to me. Like, I put all this work into this to step 1. I did so good at the beginning of the game. I really did what you told me to. I did the right thing. Why didn't I get the fruit from my labor? And God looks at him and says, it's because you never left step 3. But God, it was safe there. After the windstorm that happened, I felt safe in that little nook. I'm seeing it's like a cave without a top in this visualization. And he said, I know you felt safe. He said, I took you there because it was dangerous that night. But you saw the road next to you. But, well, God, there was nothing there. I couldn't just walk into steps 4 and 5. There was nothing to build on. I was out of supplies. I would have died. Like, I couldn't have made it more than 3 or 4 days. And I couldn't make it. It would have taken you 3 or 4 days, Adam, to get to step 7. And your brother, not real brother, your brother, Tate, also had built a home and put up trees. And had you just walked through step 4, step 5, the place where wind might come, it wouldn't have, Adam, it wouldn't have. You would have made it to step 7, and you would have found your home and your sustenance, and you could have moved on to step 11, and then 13, and then 17. And the whole message I kept getting out of it is that we are constantly, that was a long story, I hope you're still here. We are constantly putting down seeds of energy. It can be physical work, it can be helping someone grow emotionally. We're doing seeds, and the people's biggest problem is they become attached to watching a specific thing that they nurtured grow. They want this specific thing to grow, and then when life events come and it shoves you off onto something else, and now you're no longer at where you put down your seeds, we tend to freeze and not move. Keep walking. Keep walking. And keep your faith no matter what. Keep it. I trust the divine plan to bring me abundance. I trust that all the people, circumstances, situations I've been in have helped deepen my soul, have helped deepen my understanding, and deepen my love, not only for others, but for myself. I believe I am always moving on a higher and better path. I believe the universe gives to me everything that I need and then some. I know that all people are deep down trying to move from the right place. They're trying so hard, but their wounds keep them from doing what's best for everyone right now. I believe we are all growing. I believe in my own evolution. I believe I have faith because I have no other choice. Keep your faith. Keep your faith. It's so important because if we just keep moving, and the image I got earlier is that he was supposed to be at each location for a day. He was supposed to go 1, 2, 3, but Adam didn't want to give up his supplies. And I've been watching Walking Dead, and I usually avoid shows like that because it's just a lot of screaming and blood and death, and it's a lot of fear-based music, and it can be a lot to digest. I've been watching Walking Dead with James, and there's moments where I'm so overwhelmed at the things people would do just to get extra. They went into like a camp one time, no, not them, like another group, and murdered 10 people just to take their supplies instead of joining forces. And that's happened several times, both with the main characters and other characters, where people are literally either gathering and getting bigger to create more sustenance, or they're taking and Xing out to get more sustenance. And we are all a unified body. Every being on this planet, including the trees and the water and the bugs, we are a unified body. And it's how we share in our community without expectation of where it's going to come back. It's how we keep sharing that builds the abundance we're trying to get. The fifth dimensional plane is living on the soul level. Living on a place where you've got to go back, episode 1 from this channel, and look in the link at my 13 dimensions of consciousness. Go look at it. And that fifth dimensional plane, when we get there to that, and it's just a way of describing it, right? Whatever, you can call it whatever you want. My way of describing it is 5D. When you get to the soul level, soul heart energy, soul is always moving. Soul does not stop for anything, and soul gives boundlessly. But the problem that we have is we stop moving. And it's not just physical, it can be emotional, it can be mental. We attach. And when we attach to things, we're no longer moving with the universe. And it's sometimes if we would just move, if Adam would have just moved 1, 2, 3 and just had that energy anyway, he would have arrived at step 7 and had the abundance. But he was holding on to 1. And then because of his holding on, he happened to put into place and got traumatized. He wouldn't even felt the winds had he just left. He got traumatized by step 1, stuck in step 3, and then it wouldn't move on because he was in step 1. Just move. He would have missed the winds had he just kept traveling. Because the original story, God's story, is he went and planted seeds in step 1, said thank you to the ground, and walked on. He went to step 2 and he built a house. Small house, not a big house, small house, not for shelter. Moved on. Step 3, he rested for the night under the beautiful view of being able to look down upon steps 1 and 2. Step 4, step 5, he's moving downhill. Things are a little rough. It's not going so well. He hits rock bottom at 6 to a huge mountain pass. He feels stuck. It goes on forever, but as he walks, he finds stairs that take him up to step 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice where 7 is and where 1 and 3 are? This is where we're supposed to go. If he would have just kept moving, He would have made it there. And that's why every time you get stuck and you get in that place of fear because your time is not on your side, the fourth dimension ain't agreeing with you. 3, dimension 3 is on your side. The physical plane is not matching what you need. Your needs and wants and desires are not being filled in the 3-dimensional world. 2, you're stuck between a yes and a no question, and you can't get, is it yes or no, good or bad? Should I leave go? Or you're just 1, unaware of anything but yourself, absorbed in your own energy that there's nothing else to think of but you. When you're absorbed in those first, second, third, and fourth dimensional planes, there's not growth. My card today was Merkaba. This card is all about uniting the masculine and feminine aspects of ourselves. Masculine energy, this is not about being a boy or a girl. Okay, this is a masculine archetypal energy. Masculine energy moves. It goes through the world and makes choices to make things happen. It plants seeds. Negative masculine gets stuck on those seeds, doesn't want to move, keep planting seeds. Feminine energy is about receiving really anything, being receptive and taking something in and knowing that it's going to grow inside of you and just trusting that flower is going to appear. And when we're united in both masculine and feminine aspects, we make plants with seeds every single moment of every single day. And then our divine feminine receives those seeds. And I'll tell you something right now, 90% or more of the biggest seeds you plant, you're never going to see back. They're gone. Let them go. You weren't meant to have that flower, that fruit. You were meant to have that relationship, that person. You were meant to instill seeds in them so that when they get to their next relationship, they're bigger and brighter and better for that person. And that person gets to reap the benefits of what it is that you did. But at the same time, if you're still moving through flow, God, the universe, the matrix, the equation, the magic, it will send you exactly what you need. And then you are getting something back. And you didn't do the work for that. Someone else did. And you got it. Let go, people. Let go of your attachments. Yesterday was not the best day for me. It was a little rough. The last 6 hours were great. The first 8 hours were just, I wasn't feeling good. Nothing was wrong. You know, I had been working on things for 5 days in a row that were not having any output. It was just me putting in seeds. And then all of a sudden, everything showed up at one time. And it overwhelmed me because I had too much. And it was about, maybe not 8 hours, halfway through my day, wherever that is. I said, you know what? I need to just relax. I need to move into flow. Quit being so pressured. Just do what you want right now. Screw everything else. You can take care of that stuff later. Do what you want. And everything go back to normal. Because I went back into flow. I slowed down. Gotta slow down, people. And quit expecting things from seeds you plant. Stop expecting them. These people tableside chats. Your fifth dimensional tableside chats. Give this video a like. Please share. That beautiful story is so touching to me. And every person on this earth needs that reminder today to share this story. That even though we're planting seeds and we're not going to see them grow, if you keep moving, you're going to show up right when another tree does, where another house is. Keep moving. God bless. Subscribe. Turn your notification settings on to all.